Scanning for audio.
Welcome to the Tin Dog Podcast, reviewing the greatest show in the galaxy. Ah yes, the last ever McCoy to be released on DVD. Because it's the last ever McCoy that hasn't been released on DVD, you can now own them all. Now I know some people out there refuse to believe in the existence of a Seventh Doctor because they have such bad experiences. For those people, I say... Greatest Show in the Galaxy is one of those things I owned on VHS simply because I wanted to own every story, not because I ever thought it was any good. I, as am so often, was wrong. Ish. In fandom, this story exists in our memories for one thing, and one thing only. Again, that's not quite true, but the overriding thing is Whizz Kid, the guy who played Adrian Moore, a character instigated in many respects by JNT, the producer Jonathan Turner, because of his, well, let's put it this way. He called Doctor Who fans barkings, because most of us were barking mad. And I suppose he had a point at the time. He was reviled. If only he had lived longer, he would have seen a resurgence and a re-examination of his time. He would have been fantastic on the audio commentaries. Sadly, that never happened. But anyway, I'm digressing as is my wont. The character of Whizz Kid is symbolic of Doctor Who fans. He says things like, the greatest show in the galaxy isn't as good as it used to be, and I never saw it at the beginning, of course, but I'm sure it was classics, and we don't like having the mick taken out of us as fans. We really didn't like it then. As fans, we seldom forget, and we very rarely forgive. It can't be helped. It's just the nature of us. We didn't grow up. Worthy of mentioning, if this is something that you have to talk about, is in the very last episode where the Doctor has to perform or die. For years I've thought that the characters were symbolic of, well, the BBC themselves. The Doctor has to perform or be cancelled, but perhaps the characters, the gods of Ragnarok, the gods of the end of everything, are actually Doctor Who fans as well. Watching on and thinking, make it better or just go. And of course, in order to make things better, all the Doctor does is pull eggs out of his face. I've digressed, and I've also missed quite a lot out. The story is relatively simple. Because the Seventh Doctor's an immense sadist, he finds out something else that Ace hates, in this case clowns, and decides to take her to the circus, thanks to the gift of intergalactic junk mail. Great. We all love circuses, don't we? Oh, hang on. No, we don't. No one does. And of course, what do circuses have? Yes, they have scary clowns. And if you're Doctor Who, you've got extremely scary clowns. And it's that bloke off of EastEnders Market. The chief clown is terrifying. But scary clowns are, well, fairly easy to pull off. They're not the sort of thing that we like. Better than the chief clown by far. And I'm also including two of the greatest actors in the UK, that's TDP McCann and of course, the old lady selling her wares. No. It's Jessica Martin as Mags, the werewolf lady. She's just superb. Her performance is equal to Idris. Yeah, and I don't say that lightly. She's just great in this. She's human, she's got great characterization, she's just brilliant. It's a great, great performance from, again, a comedian. What could be regarded these days as stunt casting, well, they'd be wrong. She's great. This is more example of the Doctor that we were going to get later down the line. The dark meddling Doctor. It's a superb story, and I just hadn't seen it because I'd been distracted by Whizz Kid. I'd been distracted by an insult that wasn't even levelled at me. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. The BBC had an asbestos scare, so the whole thing ended up being shot in a car park. A lot of Doctor Who felt like it was shot in a car park. This really was and didn't feel like it. It had a location feel to everything now. So yeah, it's a good story. What else has the disc got, apart from a really nice story and some great commentaries, which I must point out don't contain Sylvester McCoy because he's off being a wizard somewhere, which I think I can live with. The guy is in New Zealand after all. No, there's a lovely making of, as always. There's a very odd pop video of a song that was meant to be released but never was by the BBC, and, well, there's also a few things. Most notably in the odd things on the disc is the Victoria Crayola Ming Mongs sketch. It never was a classic, it doesn't end, and it doesn't make sense, and it just takes the mick out of Doctor Who in not a great way. I'll let you decide for yourself on that one, but I was never as fond as the French and Saunders stuff. So yes, there's things like the reuse of the bus from Delta and the Bannermen. Ooh, they had a bus they could use, so they did. Scary stuff. But I hope you're, well, willing to forgive GNT for his dislike of us. And let it go. And if you let it go, you can see beyond into a very, very good story. I'll leave it there and let you decide for yourself, and speak to you very soon about Doctor Who. Be seeing you. You have been listening to the Tin Dog Podcast. Doctor Who and its associated shows are all copyright and property of the BBC. No infringement is intended. Whostrology the book is available directly from Telos Publishing and from Amazon. For personal Whostrology readings, visit whostrology.com.